Wow, there's an up close shot for you right at the start of this live stream, and it's the referee Dermot McColgan, and he is in there with the captains on the left, of course, from Clann Eireann. You're not getting as much interference as I'm getting on my headphones here. Maybe it's coming from that camera down in the pitch, but it's Niamh Henderson out there, the captain as she was last year for Clann Eireann, and for Lurgan their captain is their number 7, Emer Corcoran. So as I say, I'm getting a lot of interference on my headphones here. I hope that's not coming over in your stream, but I'm sorting it out pretty quickly, and we've just sorted it out quickly. There you go. Gone as soon as it's got there. Now we are on Healy Park in Omagh for this game, and Clann Eireann know this place well because they won their first ever Ulster Championship here last year, and that was the first time an Armagh team had won the senior championship. They beat Breda here in bad conditions, it has to be said, with bad weather during the first game here today, the intermediate, but it's not so bad now, and the lights are on as well, and it looks fabulous, and our camera is getting up close and personal with Clann Eireann there, and there's Gregory McGonigal, and he is an experienced manager, and they are just going through the drills that they always go through, and they've had a good run in Ulster so far. And there we are switching to our wider camera. They of course were in the prelim. They beat Emmyvale. They scored 6 goals that day. They beat Connolly. They scored 3. They beat Moneyglass, scored 2. And they've only conceded 1 goal a game. And in last year's final, there only was 1 goal, and they beat Breda. It was 6 points each with about 6 minutes to go. And then they got that famous goal, and it was from Niamh Coleman, and they won that. And they've gone from strength to strength. The question is, are they better this year? And will they beat this new challenge from Lurgan ladies in Cavan? They've come through Ulster minors in the last couple of years. They won one and lost a final last year as well. So lots of youth there and exciting young players. And we saw in the first game here today that Cavan is where it's at. Very exciting indeed. Mullahoran came through, and some of their under 16, under 18 players were absolutely superb today. The future is very bright, and some of those girls are involved here, like Cora McDonald, Christina Grigorenko. They are there in the full back line for Lurgan, and they are both 17 years old. And then Sinead Kelly is 18 years old, and her dad Morris is the chairperson of the club. And then they've it's the 50th year of the LGFA, and it is a battle of the Lurgans, Clann Eireann from Lurgan and Armagh, and Lurgan from Cavan. So I hope you got all that homework that I put in there, and I wasn't just talking to myself, but if it was, never mind, we'll bring it in when we can. We didn't have any problems in the first game, but 1 or 2 audio problems at the start here, but we will iron them out, and I'll check your messages as we go on. But I'll also introduce my co-com today, and that is Geraldine McGinley. You're very, very welcome to this Ulster final. It's an exciting day, isn't it?
Oh, it's a brilliant day. I'm so excited. It's kind of like the new kids on the block versus the really experienced Ulster holders. So for me, I think it's just going to be a really exciting game. I do think for Lurgan, it's going to be really, really important the first 5 or 10 minutes for them to settle down, get used to the time, the day, because obviously this is their first ever Ulster Senior Club final appearance. So for them, I'm sure there's plenty of nerves.
Yeah, I mean, you say new kids on the block against an experienced team, but
4 minutes to the national anthem. The national anthem today will be signed by the under 12 years team from the Dundress club.
Alright, just use this microphone. Alright, okay. Yeah, you were saying there, sorry, we're sorting out these audio issues. You were saying there about the new kids on the block against Clann Eireann as if Clann Eireann have been there a long time, but this time last year Clann Eireann were the new kids on the block really. I mean, no Armagh team had ever won this, and they were in their first final as well, so you know, we forget they've been here, we feel like they've been here a long time, but they haven't really.
I know. Well, to be fair, I think with Clann Eireann they've been knocking at that Ulster senior club door for quite some time. They've been building from their minor teams. They've had obviously Ulster minor success as well. So they're just not an unknown team, you know. And so they have a lot of medals, you know, to their name, and obviously throughout the Clann Eireann team as well, you've got a litany of like household names of Armagh county players and obviously All-Star nominees, and so for us it does feel like the new kids on the block versus the, you know, a very 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 experienced Clann Eireann team.
Yeah, when you look at their team, I mean, they've Catherine Lawless and Gráinne Carville, the sisters, they've been there a long time, but you have a nice mix then. And you have the Clodagh McCambridge, her sister Maeve, those sort of players who have a lot of experience under their belt in the last couple of years. I mean, Clodagh nominated for an All-Star second year in a row last night, and Kate as well. So they're young girls who have really made a big impact in a short time.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, you can just tell by them they're, you know, growing in confidence and leadership. And you can tell that, you know, even, you know, in their path to the Ulster final, you can just tell that they are dominating teams, and it's very very clear that every match they win in this level, it's the All Ireland they're actually focusing on. That's the kind of the key for them. But you just, for me anyway, like I'm really excited about it because for Lurgan, what is it? They won minor Ulster Club 2 years ago. They got to minor Ulster Club final last year. Got beat by, you know, Carried Off. So they're up and coming team. They're a really really growing team, and they've got a litany of obviously Cavan minor girls on the team as well, which has obviously just won the under 18 All Ireland A championship. So gosh, I just think it's going to be really exciting. It's going to be a really really exciting game.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one to try and call, and when you have an unknown quality, and when we see what the Mullahorn did in the previous game, you're thinking, crikey, if they do that again, because Cavan are up and coming. I mean, they all won the All-Ireland minor this year. But it's interesting what you're saying about Clann Eireann. Last year, I mean, they were going so well, and then Ballymacarbery took them apart on their own pitch. So have they gone away? Have they learned from that? Have they gone to another level? I mean, we saw Kilmacud last week were so good. And, you know, they went to that level that Kilkerran and Clonberne are at. The question now for me is, Clann Eireann, can they get to that level? What have they learned? Yeah,
well, you know, obviously watching them last week or 2 weeks ago against Montglass, and I thought Montglass obviously did put it up to them as well, but
I think we'll have to pause. There's some nice singing going on. Wonderful, that was the Kildress under 12s, and they sang the anthem yesterday at the junior final up at their own club, and they did so well. I think they got invited back again today, and what a great job they did.
Oh, so cute, so cute. Isn't it so lovely to start the match like that? So no, it was brilliant.
So let's look at the teams then. Clann Eireann, we'll start with them. Catherine Lawless and goals. It's practically the same team as last year, but a couple of changes. Most notably, I mean, Erin Malanafe is in there at number 2, and Emer McConaughey at number 8-13 has sort of nailed down a place there as well. Aoibhinn Donoghue now out around the half forward line. Apart from that, it looks pretty much to me, I mean, Maeve Moriarty is not there anymore.
Yeah.
And Megan McCann's in centre half.
Absolutely, and obviously, you know, I'd say Cassie Henderson will be coming on, or obviously having some sort of influence in this game as well, given her direct running style and her ability to, you know, to get score goals and points. But yeah, as you say, it's very similar team, and obviously a very experienced team, and should be quite confident coming into this game. But yeah, it's just obviously the strength in that midfield line alone. That's where you feel like the dominance is obviously going to come. But I have to say, whenever you look at Niamh Tolan, she's an experienced basketballer. I just think that's where it'll come. Whatever team's going to be winning that midfield line, I think is going to be winning today, to be honest.
Yeah, if you remember the final last year, Clann Eireann broke through a lot in the first 20 minutes, could have scored about 4 goals, but it's interesting as well. You mentioned the basketball. Clann Eireann are famous for having players who have played other sports as well, so a lot of good athletes are going to be out here. Cassie Henderson, I believe she started the last day as a late replacement, so don't be surprised about that, and scored a goal as well against Money Glass. And she is out, so she is starting. Good spot. So we've anticipated that one. I don't know who she's in for, but Cassie Henderson is in for this game. Not a big surprise for Lurgan. If you look up their team, we just put it up on the screen there a minute ago. You have the 3 Tolan sisters, Ciara, Niamh, and Emma around there. And then you have Catherine Dolan in there as well. And Ciara Brady at centre half-back, and as I say, that very young full back line there, Maeve Kelly, Cora McDonald, Christina Grigorenko, they've been there, done that, but how big a step up as a senior fan?
It is going to be a big step up, but obviously all I've heard about Cora and Christina is that they're just a brilliant full backs. I think it will be Cora. She'll be picking up any of their dangerous players here today, and I think it's for us anyway. Looking at this, Catherine Dolan, obviously number 13 there for Lurgan. She's a big player for them. She makes things happen. She creates all of their scores from going deep, and it'll be big expectation on her today to obviously really put it to Clann Eireann.
Do you think she'll be coming out around the middle, Catherine Dolan? She was player of the match in the Cavan final.
I would say definitely she'll be coming out and obviously trying to get a lot of breaking ball.
Well, let's see how all the basketballers react there to the throw-in, and it is Clann Eireann who get it right away, and it's Kate Toe in the middle there. She was nominated for an All-Star. She didn't get one last night, but 3 Armagh players did in the Bonington Hotel down in Dublin. Now let's get back to the game here, though. This is Niamh Murray trying to get on her right foot, but very patient, and fancies it now though, and just swings it over rather easily there, and you can see her thinking about it there, Geraldine, and then went, okay, I'll just try it. There's no get pressure on me.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That's what I was just about to say. Obviously, with Niamh, she's an amazing feet on her, but I don't think Cora actually put enough pressure on her. But hopefully, they'll see that and obviously rectify that coming into the next few attacks.
But here come Clann Eireann again with another attack, and it is Niamh Henderson, but that one is blocked down, and you hear the cheer for them. They have a big support here from Lurgan ladies. It is an exciting time for the club. 2 minor finals and now a senior final, so all the indications are that they're going to come through, but it doesn't always necessarily follow, and there's a ball played right up the middle, and the referee has given that as a foul against Megan McCann. I think it is number 6 there, and it's going to be a free for Lurgan ladies, and indeed it is, and this will be their first chance to get up in the attack. That is Emma Tolan, not to be confused with Dolan. There's 3 Tolans and a Dolan, and another Dolan in the subs, and they've gone right through the middle, and it is Emma Tolan. She's at DCU, and she's gone through there, and she's laid it off nicely. A brilliant block coming in though, absolutely superb block. And was it Carville got the block in? I think it was, yeah, that was a superb. And who's back there? It's Maeve McCambridge. Well, she wears 15, but of course she plays around that area off the field back there, but she can get her goals as well. This now is Dervla Coleman and her sister Niamh, of course. Lots of sisters out there on both sides, but after that easy point at the start of the game, Lurgan have recovered quite well, and they're playing quite controlled football, and they get it to Niamh Tolan. She's also at DC, and now the kick pass into the full forward line, and I think that's going to be Gráinne Carville's ball again. She's read that well, and she's going to get out there. 37 years young, and a good start for her to this game. We talk all about the young girls who are out there, but you need a blend. You need experienced players as well, and she's terrific out there, and that's Kate Toe now, and she's fouled. So is the game settling down a little bit, Geraldine?
It's a bit settling down. You can tell, like, obviously, there's Niamh Henderson again, obviously going on it, isn't it? But yeah, you can just tell that everyone's just trying to get a feel of the ball, and obviously just make sure that they're using the ball wisely here. There's Cassie Henderson going at them again.
Very calm on the ball, isn't she?
Oh, she's very calm on the ball. She's a brilliant wee player, and obviously she's only 15 years old, which is scary when you think about it, the potential there.
Yeah, I know, I just mentioned 37 and she's out there, but Niamh Coleman now has the ball, and now Niamh Murray, well, she scored one with her right, and there is one with her left. What a start to the game from her, and Isn't that a sign of the skill you have in ladies football in 2024 that somebody can do that?
And it's the sweetness of the strike. She's got a lovely strike, both as you say on the left and the right. But yeah, they'll obviously have to look at switching that up or putting a bit more pressure on her there.
She can sing as well.
I didn't know that actually.
Oh, for goodness! Oh, she's a full-time. She's a professional singer. You know, she does
God,
weddings and all sorts of things. So like, the talent is coming out of her. This is Niamh Henderson now, player of the match in the Armagh final, and they're enjoying a little bit of possession now. And there is Cassie coming on her left, and again, not an awful lot of pressure on her, and able to get it inside the post. And Lurgan need to get tighter.
They really do need to get tighter. Whatever. I don't know whether they look nervous or they look out of sorts, but they do actually look like they're slightly, letting the likes of Cassie and Niamh come through too easy. So they need to get to grips with that very soon.
Absolutely do. 3 nice points though for Clann Eireann, and they're putting the pressure on. They've got the press on from the kick out, and they've got it again. And that actually wasn't meant to go where it has landed, but they'll take that anyway, a little bit like the goal at that end last year. And there's another point, and that's Tierna Grimes, and that was really too easy from a Lurgan point of view. I thought they'd recovered from the point in the first minute quite well, but they conceded 3 rather easily, and it's a manner of the way they're conceding them. And the kickouts here, the press from Clann Eireann is working really well.
No, absolutely, and you can see Kate and Niamh are doing so well and dominating there for Clann Eireann, and you can tell that obviously the likes of Lurgan can't get a platform here. They need to get the ball out. That's as simple as they need to get the ball out.
And that is Maeve Kelly there, who is getting a little bit of treatment, or maybe she's just getting her laces tied or something. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's probably come at a good time for them.
Absolutely, just need to calm. They really do need to calm themselves. And like obviously the big player for Lurgan is Ciara Brady, and she's so dominant there, and you can tell that she's even telling them to calm down there. So hopefully they'll get on the ball, get some possession here, because you really want them to make a game of it.
But you look at the press there; they've gone player for player, and they've managed to break it and win it again. And if they keep winning these kickouts, then Lurgan are going to have a really long day and a lot of trouble. Here comes Tierna Grimes again, and Niamh Murray available. She can go right, she can go left. 3 points for Niamh Murray, and again, much too easy. But for me, it was all about the press. The press from Clann Eireann is working, and we'll watch it again as they come out here again. They just go player for player, and they get a touch on it, and they seem to be sweeping up everything.
They really do actually, and they're like as you say, they're using that midfield platform to push up on Lurgan and not just allowing them out.
And we'll see what happens again here. Can they win it this time? They do, but it's a 50-50 every time, and that's not really good enough. You need to get possession from your kickouts if you're going to have a platform at all, and they find themselves now 5 points to 0 down already, and pressure on the ball, but they do get their free this time. They need to do something, and they need to do it a little bit quickly. That's Ciara Tolan now. Can they get forward? You can see and you can hear the support is there for them. The referee give advantage. He's going to bring it back for them for a free. They need something to settle this down a little bit for the team from Cavan, or it could get away from them. Obviously there's a big jump from minor finals to senior finals, and maybe that's what they are finding now. You see the Clann Eireann shape there, and look who's in there again. Another interception by Grania Carville. Well, she's showing the young girls how to do it, and that's a brilliant defensive display by her so far. And this is the break, the transition out of defence, and the movement there was terrific, and the ball to find Emer McConaughey as well was excellent. But look how easy they're finding. They're running off the ball and they're having great movement, and there is Murray again, but going for overcarrying, just as Niamh fancied taking her fourth point of the game, even though it was a little bit far out. And you can see Lurgan here now just trying to get the ball in hand and get a little bit of possession and settle things down. That's Michaela Doonan there, number 10, but that's not a great ball, and you're better carrying it, I think, through the hands at this stage and getting decent possession, but they've given it straight back to Clann Eireann, and Niamh Murray just seems to have all the time in the world. Every time she goes forward, and they might even be through for a goal, it is Cassie Henderson. She takes her point, and it's 6 points to 0, but could have been a goal, and Cassie is having a field day in there, as is Niamh Murray, and it was all for me about the ball just being kicked away rather aimlessly.
Absolutely, and Lurgan are known to be really good, strong ball carriers, so I don't know why they're not doing that. They're using their strength, whilst what they're trying to do is kicking the ball, and as you can tell, it's getting cut out very easily by Clann Eireann here. And
they've got it again from the kick out, and they've got a player over, and it's Emer McConaughey, number 20, who's got that on her left foot. Is it going to be 7? Oh, it's off the crossbar. Could have been worse, could have dropped into the net, all sorts of problems back there now for Lurgan. There were a few people said to me that Clann Eireann might win this easily, and I wasn't too sure about that, but you consider their experience at this level. They played extremely well, and they have made a great start to this game, and Lurgan look a bit shell-shocked, but that's a brilliant run by Cora McDonald, one of their youngest players, coming out of defence, trying to show a bit of leadership and showing exactly what Geraldine was explaining there. They need to carry the ball, but it was one player doing it rather than support play, and now they've given it straight back to Clann Eireann, and they just look to be on easy street. There's so many players over, and they're going, well, we just pass it around here. We've been here, done that, we know exactly what we're doing, and we'll pass it when we want to pass it. And that's a great ball, and they get a little bit of luck even as well. And Niamh, look, she's able to turn every time, and it must be terrible for the defender. She doesn't know, is she going to go left, is she going to go right, but whatever way she goes, she puts it over. 4 amazing points for Niamh Murray, and she is playing like a Rolls Royce player out there, but the whole team is on top so much, it's a bit scary.
It is actually scary, and you'd be just concerned for Lurgan, because they just need to get a bit of a grip on the game. But like, Niamh Murray is having some game out there,
and I think they're even making a substitution already. Or is that a player coming on? But definitely a player came on from the sideline, number 30 for Lurgan. Actually, is that Roisin Donal already? Yeah, Roisin. So she went to Australia after the quarterfinal, but came back on Wednesday. She's a co-captain, and she's a sister of Catherine. But she's come back over to the sideline. I don't think they've done this. Oh no, is she staying on? Seems to be a bit of confusion. She came over, went back, came over, went back. She's going off again, is she? Or no, I think they're telling. Maybe they didn't do the substitution in the middle. Maybe that was it. But anyway, yeah, she's now gone off. She has to do it in the middle. But the point is that Lurgan are trying to bring her on sooner rather than later, and that's a sign of the problems that they have here. But this now is Catherine Dolan, her sister on the ball, and Eva Hayes. What can she do? You would love to see what they're made of, wouldn't you? And love to see what can they do, but they're going to need a break here, or else their confidence will go down. And they've just given the ball away so easily, and they've given it to Kate Toe, and then the counter is on, and Clann Eireann have got all the room. They have got all the space they want here in Healy Park. It's a big pitch, and they're just owning it, and their balls into the forwards are all accurate. They're stretching the defence all over the place, and Emer McConaughey is popping up absolutely everywhere, and then the support is there as well. Kate Toe gets it back, and Tierna Grimes has it now, and again they have just players over, and Cavan, or the Cavan champions, just don't seem to have the answers at the minute. Cassie Henderson now in space as well, and again just pops a little ball in as easy as you like, and even when it's booted clear, he still managed to get it as well. Everything is going for Clann Eireann except that. Okay, Lurgan have got it now. Can they break? Well, it's a foul on Niamh Tolan, so maybe they'll get something, but it just seems to be respite rather than a really good counter. But let's see what they can do from this one. It's Emma Tolan, and she leaves one player behind her. Again, it's one player doing it all herself. She needs help, but maybe she will be able to do it all herself. Can she get all the way through? Pressure on her, but she's still going, and leaves it off now to the full forward McDermott. This is good. This is a chance they really need something from this, but it's saved on the line for Clann Eireann. I think it might have been Clodagh McCambridge, I'm not quite sure from this distance, but at least it was more promising for them. We'll have a look at the replay, and of course it was Grania Carville back there as well. I don't think it was her who actually got the block in there. I think it was Clodagh McCambridge on the line as the shot came in. She took up a position behind her goalkeeper, and indeed the All-Star nominee of the last 2 years got it, but more promising.
That is more promising, and as we know, Emma Tolan, she's such a good strong player, obviously basketballer as well, but you could just tell the skill coming out of her, and whenever she does obviously run at them, they can't stop her because she's big and strong, and she is really, really physical there, so you just want to see more of that for Lurgan. But Clann Eireann, they're so experienced of just mopping that ball up, and you know closing down those runners, and stopping additional runners coming through. So yeah, you just want to score on the board for Lurgan's sake, just to make it a game really.
Yeah, they went for the goal. A point would have been nice, but I suppose you can't blame them for going for the goal. They nearly got it. They got it past the keeper and most of the defenders, but Clodagh was on the line. So they have made their substitution now, and they did indeed bring on Roisin Dolan. I think they took off number 14, Casey McDermott, who might have had that shot, but she has been taken off, and you would have to feel for her. She made a breakthrough this year to come onto the team and get her place, and to lose her place in the Ulster final must be really, really disheartening. But look, they had to do something in there because of the way things are going. 7 points to 0 down after 13 minutes. I mean, we did Kilmacud last week, and they were 3-6 to no score up. It was more one-sided than this. So look, it's not that one-sided. They can just get a break. You feel maybe we can see what they're made of, and they may as well have a go. And indeed, the player who's replaced is over there going towards their dugout now. She went off the nearest possible place, but this is now Ciara Brady, who you mentioned, the senior player. What can she do? And she's got it to Aoife Brady. Now they need this to curl in. Is it going in? Off the post, and indeed it has gone over, and Aoife Brady 1-7 against Termon. The 24-year-old has got them on the board, and it's 7 points to 1, and there's obviously a lot of anxiety on the sideline, but at least they can breathe a little bit easier.
Absolutely, and hopefully that'll settle them. But I was just about to say they just need to contain this, keep the ball down here, but it looks again Clann Eireann going at them. They're so good. And Niamh Henderson, she's been pulling the strings all day long as well and going straight down the defence. She's just been brilliant.
She has. They've all been brilliant, but they just seem to have so much time on the ball. Maybe they've just got so much better. I posed the question, are they better? They seem to be just popping the ball around. Look, the heads up, no pressure on them at all, and they're just going, we just play around all day. And of course, every time I say that, they make a mistake, but they get it back. And that is Dervla Coleman now. Calm on the ball. I really don't think they're even in second gear yet. They're just playing out there like it's a training game, and they're enjoying it. And we really need Lurgan to step up and show us a little bit more, and they are showing a little bit more in the last few minutes. They've got a point. They could have had a goal, but look at that great defending again coming in, and that was Mulligan, who I interviewed on the All-Star stage last night. She is speedy. I don't mean in the All-Star stage, she's speedy when she's out there, but what a player. He got an All-Star last night, and look, they've given it away, and no, they haven't. Lurgan not able to capitalise on a wayward pass, and instead Clann Eireann come again. They try to get it to Henderson, but they've always seemed to have a player, even when they make a mistake, they have another player there. This is Murray now, and she fancies it from there. Well, why not? She scored 4, is it already? Oh, 5 points, my goodness, what a performance she's putting in.
Oh, she's absolutely, and I was outside of the D there, and she was just sweetly hit it over the bar. But no, they do need to contain it, but I think there's so many fires going out here for, and that's Lurgan are just finding it really, really difficult.
They are, and from the kickouts, there's Cassie Henderson nearly intercepted that one. Instead, it's now Maeve Kelly who has it. Her sister Sinead is at number 5, and their dad Morris is the chair. He'd be a proud man getting them to this stage, but can they perform now? This is Sinead Kelly, and you know there's more in them. I mean, look at the way Sinead is going forward here, and she slipped a lovely ball into Emer Corcoran, the captain. If they can get going, it's very intricate, but it's very direct and right through the middle, and that's fabulous football. And it's gone to Niamh Tolan now, and as a challenge comes in there, referee says no free, but at least it was better. And Geraldine, it's what you were talking about, they're starting to carry the ball, and that's what they're known for.
Yeah, and as you say, carrying numbers as well. Whenever they carry the numbers, Clann Eireann are finding it hard to stop them, but that was just obviously unfortunate there, that last hand pass. But no, hopefully they can get to grips with it a wee bit more. But Clann Eireann currently are outworking Lurgan, and that's what you can really see on the pitch at the minute.
Is it outworking, or is it just their composure and their passing? What is it?
It's out, but they are very strong and physical as well. But they are, you know, you can see them coming down here. They've got about how many 7-8 girls running back and defensively, and obviously trying to stop Lurgan from scoring. Like that's all well drilled, but it's really working hard as well. So
how did they get that ball? I mean, it was like Lurgan did the good approach work, and then he ran out of ideas, and Clann Eireann just picked their pocket. I get the feeling from doing Kilmacud last week and now this week, there's different levels in club football, and when you get to Ulster level, even there's another level to go, and Clann Eireann have gone maybe even to All-Ireland level. Maybe that's what they've done from last year, but they're certainly playing extremely well. And Niamh Henderson now a chance for a point. They're not even going for goals anymore, they're just popping it over the bar, and why not, but all the way up the field again from another turnover.
Absolutely, and as you can see, their defensive setup is brilliant. Everybody knows their job, everyone gets back, but as you can tell with Clann Eireann, everyone gets forward as well. So no, they're super fit here. So you're just hoping for Lurgan, they just get to grips a bit more in midfield here, to help get a platform to make a few scores and make a few opportunities.
Absolutely, and number 30 out there, of course, for Lurgan, that is Roisin Dolan. She has been in for the last 5 or 6 minutes. They've sent her in just after coming back from Australia on Wednesday. She wanted to be part of this, well she is, but they have an awful lot to do, and that's brilliant defending. The ball just stuck to the hands there of Clodagh McCambridge. When you have a player like that at full back, and Geraldine, I remember last year against Moneyglass, in the first 2 minutes there was a ball into Orla Prenter, and she just jumped in front and won the ball, and that just, it demoralises the forwards, but she's just such a good defender.
Oh, she just sets the tone, and you can just tell she sets the tone for the defence, and because she's so solid, there's few forwards in Ireland could actually obviously outwit Clodagh, but she's so solid there, and that's just obviously great great confidence for the rest of the Clann Eireann team as well.
And it just sets a platform for them. It gives them the ball and says, right, you do the rest. And they are doing the rest, and they're going forward now trying to get a score, and that's going to be a free in. And indeed this year in the All-Ireland with Armagh, they lost to Galway, was it? No, Kerry, was it? And they conceded a goal when Maeve went off for 5 minutes, and there was a big ball into that area, and you thought, was that the crucial moment? She's that important to them and that good. But you know, it feels at the minute to me, there's a cliche about, what is it, about men and boys. This feels like women and girls at the minute, doesn't it?
No, I really, and like I'm hoping that isn't the case, but you know, you can really, it feels like Lurgan are playing, you know, just a minor team, you know, and then obviously against the same team, and I know that's not the case because they're littered with really experienced players there. So I'm just hoping that Lurgan, you know, get a better grip. But you can just tell physically, you're looking across the Clann Eireann team, they look strong, they look physical, and they do look very fit out there. So
I think it's also the occasion as well. It seems to be getting to them a little bit. I mean, obviously the pressure heaps on you when you concede 5 or 6 points in the first 10 minutes, but when they get the ball, they're going forward and they're so excited, and then it's like, what do we do? Where's the support? They're just not flowing. They're not playing like a team like Clann Eireann, who have been there, done that for a number of years, who just know each other's game so well. But it's understandable.
It totally is. And whenever you got somebody like Niamh Coleman out there, and she's obviously dictating play, like it's just natural. And you just obviously every time Clann Eireann get a score, you can just tell obviously Lurgan's heads are going down. So hopefully they just get their heads up and keep going at them.
Well, the only thing is they do have a threat when they go forward. I mean, they are doing well up until about the 14. They could have had a goal. They do have a threat, so you'd wonder if they can get a goal or two. You'd never know. Maybe they can turn this around, but I think it's going to take something a little bit dramatic. Sorry, what happened there?
No, what do you call it? I don't know. It looked like to me a bit of a foul on one of the Lurgan players, when obviously they went in, and then obviously another girl then dived in, so it got a bit messy. Anyway, but I'm glad that obviously the referee's blown it up at this point.
Now, another change. That's 2 changes in 20 minutes, and Eva Hayes, and it's disappointing for her to go off as well. Cavan, minor captain in 2023, so she has gone, but they have been forced, they feel, obviously, into another change, Lurgan, after 20 minutes, and I'm sure that sends a message to the players out there. You're not doing well enough, but they need something. They need to stop the rot, but the exact same thing keeps happening. It's another turnover, and it's Gráinne Carville again with the ball. Now that ball is going to go over the line, but what are they doing wrong in there, Lurgan?
Well, see, Lurgan are going straight down the middle, and as you can tell, there's just so many Clann Eireann girls. What they should be doing is they should be using the width of their pitch or whatever, and coming down the sidelines or the other sidelines, and obviously creating that width so that, you know, they have to stretch Clann Eireann's defence. But currently what is happening is Lurgan's going straight down, as you can tell there, straight down all the time. Now if they don't get a free, they get overturned, and that's, you know, it's a bit demoralising obviously for the Lurgan team.
And is that just sort of a natural tendency when you panic a little bit and you get a bit excited, we have to rush through the middle here? And they have got through once or twice.
No, they absolutely have, but I think it's one of those things, if you haven't played against a team like Clann Eireann, you going down the middle is the smartest route, obviously. But and if you've got good runners on cars of the ball, that's very natural for them to do that. But Clann Eireann, you know, they're so well defensively set up. It's every time they keep doing that, they're going to get overturned.
But even from that free, I'm thinking, why did they not work it short? They weren't going to score from that sort of distance, and they've lost the ball, and Clann Eireann are off and running again. They made a substitution there, as I say, a couple of minutes ago, and number 19 is on. That's Kiva Halpin, and I think she's been either captain or co-captain of one of the minor teams. A fabulous player, but she's thrown her in as well. So another young player, but very dependent on young players. There's no doubt about that. Although they also brought off Hayes, but they have a lot of young players at their disposal. But maybe this has just come a little bit early, and maybe it's a bit of a shock to their system. But it's still only 22 minutes gone, so there's still time. But here's Niamh Murray again, right or left, she can do it. But now that's a bit tighter. That's the kind of pressure that they needed to be applying on her earlier, and they have got the ball back, and Ciara Tolan, number 11, has slipped it, and they have got the ball, but they are now surrounded, and it's Catherine Dolan there. Now they've only got one player up ahead, and that is Aoife Brady, so they had to carry it. And look how many Armagh girls are back there, and they are working extremely hard, and guess what, they turned it over again, no foul either, they've won it back and they get back in numbers, and it's that work rate, that composure, that discipline, tackling as well, and now they will try to counter, but they realise, well, we haven't got that many players up, so we'll just wait for them to get back, and that's good teamwork.
Oh, it absolutely is, but if you can just tell from the gameplay, it's up and down football. We're not getting too much of a break here, and you can just tell that it's the level of fitness of these girls, but yeah, down there, obviously, I think it was Catherine Dolan went down by soloing down, and you could just tell she was nearly by herself. There's maybe one more girl, I think it was Emma Tolan with her, but they need to be going in numbers. They do really need to go in numbers, because whenever they go one or twosies, Clann Eireann are obviously cutting it out.
They are. This is Meath McCambridge now coming forward, and Tierna Grimes has taken over. And this is Henderson back to Grimes. All seems a little bit easy, and there's the support play. And that's a little bit ambitious from there, but it might turn out well, because it's got to Niamh Coleman, and she fists it over the bar, and she had the awareness and the composure and the ability to be able to turn that into a score, and that's one of the differences.
Oh, absolutely. But Niamh's a super player. She's so experienced there, and like, she got a ball there she had no right to get, and went and turned and obviously popped the ball over the bar. So yeah, she's having a super game. Really strong, and as you say, the experience is obviously winning through.
10 points to 1. A long way back for Lurgan. They need a bit of a break. Can they get it? This is Emma Tolan now for them, and they go for the direct ball into the full forward line, and that is a good one, because Aoife Brady has been up there on her own, but she has got the ball at least now. But look at the challenges coming in. She needs to use this ball well, and that is better. They get it to Ciara Tolan. Now they need to keep their composure. Tolan again, and she's trying to bull her way through and get a score. Might have went low, she went high, and she got a point at least, and for once running straight at the defence, it worked.
It did actually, it really did work, and it was like obviously the strength of their running as well, but yeah, you just hope they keep going at it. But yeah, like the defensive setup with Clann Eireann was just brilliant there.
2 points then, but it was the nature of that score that might just lift them, but look how easily they come out again, whereas the kickouts from Lurgan, you know, they've been 50-50, whereas Clann Eireann seem to have won every single kick out, and that's given them such a platform per possession as well. They're even playing little passes around now, and they are working as well. Loads of time on the ball. They are so good on the ball. This is Niamh Henderson, the captain, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like, you compare the pressure those Lurgan forwards are under compared to the pressure that Clann Eireann forwards are under. It's just night and day, you know. So, like, Clann Eireann are working the ball really well, and as you say, being composed whenever they're on it.
Ball breaks, and it breaks again for Clann Eireann, and I think that is Aoibhinn Donoghue who has got it over on that right hand side. I haven't mentioned her name too much, and she is flattened to the ground there, it seemed, but no free given, and Lurgan have come away with it. Lurgan ladies, that is. Getting a little bit confused in my own head about all these Lurgans, but it's the battle of the Lurgans, and it's the Clann Eireann Lurgan that is definitely dominating. What a year it is for their club, the way they are performing at all levels. And now it's Emma Tolan though for the Lurgan from Cavan, but again runs into a wall and has to try to take her own score, and it might drop into the net. It has dropped into the net. Well, they needed a bit of luck, and they've got it out of absolutely nowhere, and listen to the support they have. Will this be the changing of the game? Maybe. I thought she'd run down a cul-de-sac, Emma Tolan, and she lobbed it. I thought that's not even going to reach, but it dropped into the net, and who knows, maybe there's only 5 in it now.
Oh, absolutely, and you can tell there that Catherine Dolan went at them and they couldn't stop her, but I did think that the goalie could have done a wee bit better, obviously, with that pass going in, but hopefully this will push them on to really believe that they can do this, you know, Jerome.
Substitution has been made, but they've got it back now. We might have a game on. This is what we were hoping for as neutrals, that we might have an exciting game. You love a young team who come through to show what they can do, and they hadn't shown what they could do so far, but maybe now they will. The switch, by the way, was Erin Malanafi, but let's see what happens here. They're through at the other end, and they just take their point. They're not going for goals, they're just putting the points over. They scored 11 off them, and why not? And I think it was Tierna Grimes who got it. The switch there, I think. Megan McCann, Erin Malanafi, was it 6 for 2 or 2 for 6 maybe? So I'm surprised that they feel that they had to make a change. Maybe there's been an injury or something there, but Clann Eireann have made a switch. Let's go back to the play though, because the kick out is coming. There is 6 points in it now and 3 minutes to half time, but again Clann Eireann, they've won at least 50% of the kick outs at the other end from the other team, but Lurgan managed to get it back, and they are scrapping. You have to give them that.
They are. You know what? It's really kick-started there in the last couple of minutes there. You can really tell Lurgan really want it, and they're really going at them and putting them under severe pressure. If you notice, every time a Clann Eireann girl is going for the ball, there's nearly 2 or 3 rounders. So hopefully that'll obviously dictate the play as well. Jerome.
Is that going to be a yellow? It is a yellow as well. Well, I talked about things going for one team, and sometimes just in the games everything can start to go for another team for 5 minutes, and all of a sudden Aileen Donoghue, who was flattened a minute ago, has now been sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes. So Lurgan now have a goal, they're back in the game, there's 6 in it, they have an extra player now, and if they can keep it going to half time, get in there at half time, don't let the gap get any more, and who knows.
Oh, absolutely. And as you can tell, whenever you have a player up or a player down, it can really change the game. So even if they can get a few more points, and so there's only a couple of points in it, who knows?
Wee bit of belief now. They're going through there, and this kind of thing is working for them. They're really intricate play, and they might get through for a goal. Lots of players back there for Clann Eireann, and they've got it away, but you can tell that Clann Eireann are now realising, hold on a minute here, this is a bit of a game. We need to up our game here, because Lurgan are running very directly at them, and those short passes are starting to have a little bit of an impact. They got 1 goal, might have even had another, and now their management on their sideline are getting a little bit more excited and thinking, come on, we're a minute to half time, this isn't over, even though they were 10 points down. I think it was 10-1 or 11-1, something like that, but a long way back. But now it doesn't seem so bad, and now they want to get the ball, and look, they get a hand in, and it was Emer Corcoran, the captain, then they deliver a quick ball in, maybe not the smartest ball at that time, but they're just a little bit anxious. But at least they're getting in there, they're getting stuck in, they're chasing, and they're starting to believe that this isn't over, and they're starting to get a few breaks as well, and they're going to get a free from that too. The 14 players from Lurgan. Sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, Emma Tolan, that hand in that she got to dispossess, that was unbelievable. She did so well, but that's the pressure they need to be putting them under. But no, it's great. It's a great game.
But Clann Eireann might have it back. No, they don't. Lurgan have snatched that one back again. It's amazing the way games can turn, and you know, you'd love almost to be a manager of Lurgan going in at half time to say, look, forget that, now believe you are a good team, believe you can do it at this level. But can they stay with them in the last minute or two off the first half, or maybe even get another score just to get them going a little bit there? But Clann Eireann have lots of players back there, and they're just going to keep that system there, that structure there, and force Lurgan to go round the sides, which they have been good at doing, and then they do this little 1-2 pass thing, and they get in a few times. But this is what they need as well, patience and a little bit of composure, and get it out to the right player, get it out to Halpin, and this is a good ball. They've moved it over to Emma Tolan, and that's just gone to the right. It was better approach work though, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And as you say, they were more patient with their play rather than just kicking the ball in or hand passing to no one, and they were actually obviously trying to work a score. So you know, you just want to see more of that, obviously, because every time they go down that defence, they get overturned. So hopefully they just continue to do that.
Gregory looking a little bit concerned on the sideline, as he should be, the way Lurgan are taking this game to them. It could be a rip-roaring second half the way things are going, but we still have the first half, the dying seconds of it. The referee Dermot McColgan has already looked at his watch once, but the pace of the game has lifted, and you see every challenge now has been cheered by the Lurgan supporters. We definitely have an Ulster senior final on now. 32nd minute of the game, and loads of room over on this side as they spread the play, and Lurgan have given a lot in that first half. They've been stretched all over it, so fitness will be an issue as well, but sure, they're so young, they should be all right. So we're in the 32nd minute, 11 points to 1-5. Niamh Murray, which she scored from nearly everywhere, but even she's not going to try from there, is she? Don't think so, but she's going to get a little bit of support. But again, it's Lurgan players trying to get a hand in, trying to get a knock, trying to get a touch on it, just to upset Clann Eireann a little bit. If only they'd started the game this way. There is a crossfield ball that might cause trouble, though. It's got as far as Tierna Grimes, and the 14 players are doing rather well here and keeping good possession. That's Cassie Henderson now on the run. Doesn't even look at the goals, but has a go, and if that goes over, it's a terrific score. That is brilliant from the 15-year-old. She is maybe had the last word in the first half. They were very patient, and what a talent she is.
Oh, she's such a talent, and her movement on and off the ball is unbelievable, and that's why she's very hard to mark. Obviously she's very strong too, so you know, that's some score by Cassie.
It really was, and that's ensured that they have the last word in the first half. They might even have another word. It's Dervla Coleman now leaving it off, and it's Henderson now on the ball. And they're just re-establishing their superiority, and it's they who were very patient. And that's a decent effort, but it's just to the left and just gone wide as well. But was there a touch? And watching the referee to see if he's given a 45, he hasn't. He's looked at his watch again. So since he looked at it the last time, there's been 2 chances for Clann Eireann, but I imagine this is going to be half time. I don't think there's been that many stoppages, but no, we go on. Cora McDonald has it, the number 3, and a little bit of support from Christina Grigorenko. When you feel these young girls, and maybe after that shell shock at the start, they'll maybe work their way into this game. And then, you know, what's going to be the mood in the 2 dressing rooms here now, Geraldine?
Oh, well, I'd say Clann Eireann will be pretty happy. Now, obviously they're a player down, but even being a player down, the pressure they were putting under those kickouts is unbelievable. You'll be really, really happy if you're Clann Eireann. For Lurgan, you just, as you say, they have to be obviously saying you need to believe, you need to go at them, but you need to go at them in numbers. So, you just want to hopefully they don't put the head down too much, so they feel like it's over and done with, because I think there's plenty of potential in that Lurgan team to do something and get a goal.
Well, I would like to be, as I say, part of the management going in there, because I just think these young girls need a little bit of direction. Absolutely. And they need them to say to them, look, you are great players, you haven't shown it there, but you've half an hour to show it, and you have ability, we know you have it in you, but don't be standing back anymore, because I think in the first 10 minutes they did stand off them.
Yeah, they did, they really did, especially in the back line. You could tell that they were obviously letting the likes of Niamh Murray and obviously the likes of Niamh Henderson, dictate the play. So you just want to be continuing on saying you need to be putting pressure on them, but also whenever they do get up the pitch, you just need to keep calm, you know, work a score, not just run down these alleyways by themselves. So yeah, hopefully they do see that, they get their breath, they realise they're in a senior Ulster club championship final, and that they realise we deserve to be there, and we deserve to be there to win. And with that crowd behind them, you know, anything can happen, Jerome, as you say.
Well, yeah, nothing to lose. If they get that crowd going, this place will be rocking in the second half. We'll find out. We'll be back when they come back out in about 6 or 7 minutes time with the second half. Welcome back to Healy Park for the second half as the managers from Lurgan take their places. Their manager is Anthony Brady. He's actually from Killinkere and he's in his first year with them. They had a big win over Termon, but today they have come up against the Clann Eireann machine, and they won the title last year, and they have won 3 games so far because they were in the prelim, and they are a well-oiled machine that are playing extremely well. We are live on both the Ulster Ladies Facebook and Ulster Ladies YouTube. Feel free to leave a message or comment there for us, and I will try and read them as we go on now with the second half. No changes on either team, but will there be a change in the way the game has been played, or who's dominating? Well, that was good play right at the start from Emma Tolan. Good strong play from her to win that and to win the free as well. And Gregory McGonigal there on the sideline managing this team. He managed Armagh, of course, this year, and he's managing Clann Eireann maybe to back, but they've a long way to go. They get it to Cassie Henderson, and she does well after not taking it the first time to recover. It is 12 points to 1-2, so they have a big lead. But and there's a little bit of a tug on the jersey there. Is your motherly instincts coming out when you see something like that there? You want to, that's not nice.
Well, you did see me on a pitch now, Jerome. You know, I don't think I would be called a mother, obviously.
Okay. Protective, and
protective, I think that's what it is. Yeah, you see a free and you think, gosh, that's you should be calling it, but
they are able to continue now, and they're able to get it out to Dervla Coleman, a fine player over on the right hand side, and she slips it to Emer McConaughey, who's had an impressive game as well. Certainly I haven't seen her play too much before, but she's been excellent. Niamh Henderson, now the captain, goes through one and through another. Well, that's why she's captain.
She is just brilliant, and as I was saying in the first half, she's just pulling all the strings there. She just went at it, and you wouldn't actually think in respect of obviously in the Clann Eireann their player down either, Jerome.
Strong play, wasn't it? One player came in and she got rid of that, and then under pressure, bang, over the bar. Good start to the second half for Clann Eireann, their captain leading the way. But I get the feeling that this Lurgan team are not in the mood to lie down. I'd say they got a little bit of encouragement from the last 10 minutes of the first half and from their management at half-time saying, go out and express yourself. But look who's there again. It's Clodagh McCambridge in the right place at the right time. And when they get the ball, Clann Eireann, they hold it, and they're able to pass it around so easily and so nicely as well. And they get it to Roisin Mulligan on the stage last night, getting an All-Star. And she's only, 21, 22 years old, 21 I think it is. And she has got an All-Star already. And she was on the stage with Louise Maraherta and Nicola Ward and all those fabulous players, but she is a fabulous player in her own right. And she said to me, actually, Geraldine, something, what was the comment she said? I'm not as good a player as these All-Stars up to here. And I'm going, but you've an All-Star, you've just won an All-Star, you are as good. Oh, hold on, here comes Coleman going through the middle, and she leaves it off to Niamh Coleman. The sisters at it again, and then the shot goes in, and they get a goal, and Clann Eireann may have just put this game to bed. And it's the Coleman sisters again, and you see the support in the crowd there, and they loved that score. Coleman's, and then the finish, and of course it was Niamh Henderson. And is that a 3-woman weave there to finish that in the end and to create that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think between Dervla and Niamh, and then Niamh Henderson, it was just an amazing play. But again, straight down the middle, and obviously Lurgan found it hard to really obviously stop them.
Well, I talked all about what Lurgan were going to say at half-time, but maybe the message from Clann Eireann was go out and get a couple of scores and put this game to bed.
Absolutely. Up it. I'd say that's what it is. You need to up it, and they have done that. You can just tell that in the first couple of minutes. You wouldn't think they were a player down.
Exactly, yeah. I'm glad you reminded me about that again, because I forgot. But yeah, when you play like that and you cut through the two Colemans and then Niamh Henderson, who's now scored a goal and a point right at the start of the second half, and both coming from that right-hand side. Keeper was maybe a little bit unfortunate there. There was a bit of a deflection, I think, but it's still a goal, and it is 1-13 to 1-2, and it is the 12th goal they've scored in 4 games in their Ulster campaign, Clann Eireann, and they usually concede 1 a game. They've conceded 1 in this game, and that's been the same in their last 3 games. Will Lurgan be able to get another one, though? That is the question now. Emma Tolan, their job has been made an awful lot more difficult now. They're a long way back now, 11 points back. They've only scored 3 times, but they have a free here, so they have a chance at least. What do you think they should do, Geraldine, with the extra players? Is there anything in particular they should do?
Well, to be honest, they should be doing what they were doing, running at them. because they were then having an overlap. But what had happened in their first couple of minutes, they were kicking the ball in, and Clodagh was just eating it up and coming back out again. And as we were saying in the first half, the ball being kicked in is just being cut out so easily by Clann Eireann. So for me anyway, that's what I would be telling them to do, keep running at them, because we're a player up and they're a player down.
I see Aileen Donoghue there just taking off her bib on our sideline shot there as well. So she is the sin-binned player that is going to come back in the next minute or two. But Lurgan have it, and that's good play by Ciara Brady there, and she just gives the possession to Niamh Tolan, and that's a good ball into the full forward line as well. And they might get a score here, and in fact I think they have, and that's 2 in a minute, and that one was from Aoife Brady. Super score. She's a brother of Jack Brady, who would be an under-21 3-time winner. There's Aileen Donoghue going back into the field, so it's 15 against 15, but much better from Lurgan.
Oh, absolutely. And like the ball going in was a really, really good ball as well, so it wasn't like a 50-50. And so, obviously with Aoife Brady, she's got great feet on her, and as you say, she scored a pile against Termon in the semi-final. So you just hope they just keep continuing to do that.
But look at that ball into the forwards. That's a super ball, and brilliantly taken at speed as well. So athletic, and look at the pace from Niamh Henderson. She is really putting her print in this game, and Aileen Donoghue has come back into the play as well. She is still such a young player, but such a brilliant player for them as well. They're starting to tick, but for me that all came from the kick out again. I don't understand why there isn't a bigger press from Lurgan. As you said, the physicality maybe isn't there, but they just don't press the kickouts, and Clann Eireann are benefiting from that. They've had all the possession for about a minute or so, but now Lurgan have got it back, and as soon as they get a ball back, then the crowd roars. But there's the ball that you were talking about that is just kicking the ball away, really, isn't it? It was good interception by Erin Mullanaphy though.
Yeah, it is, but it's given Clann Eireann a lot of air, and that's not what you want to be doing. You want to obviously, you want to be making sure that any ball that you're hitting into those forwards is going to be definite and it's going to be sticking. So some score.
And is that another score? It is indeed. I look down for a second and look up, and you can't do that because they're just going to get another score. And there you see the sideline there, Mags McAlinden in there, and she stepped down after last year's win here in the Ulster, well, after the All-Ireland, and now part of it as well. And that's a good kick out. It's a better kick out now that at least they're getting possession from their kick outs, but maybe Clann Eireann were just a little bit complacent there. They have such a good lead in this game, but this is better, and now they burst through the line. That's good play, but you feel as if they need an awful lot more, and that goal maybe has set them back. There could be an over-carrying here as well. The pressure is on them. Nope, she's managed to release it. It's a 10-point game with 23 minutes to go, and Mullahoran very impressive in the intermediate game, and it could turn out, and it's looking like it's going to turn out, the best game was maybe the junior final yesterday in terms of excitement and closeness, but you also have to admire the play here, and Clann Eireann have been excellent, really, really good, maybe even better than last year. There's a kick coming in though that looks like it might go over. Oh, it's off the crossbar, very unlucky around that area. Might have dropped in, might have dropped wide, but in the end I think it's going to be a wide ball. It was kicked in by Emer Corcoran, but I don't think Lurgan are going to get anything from it. I think the umpire is indicating that that is a wide.
And you can really tell, Emer Corcoran and Sinead Kelly, they're really going at Clann Eireann there from the half-back position, and it is working out for them. It's just that last ball going in, or that last kick, but they're showing plenty of energy, and they need to continue to do that. But it just feels, obviously, it's 10 points at this point in time. But we've seen other games go differently, haven't we, Jerome? So
no, I haven't. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Never.
3 goals in the last 3 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. But I just feel that goal at the start of the second half, Geraldine, sort of killed them a little bit. If they had a bit of momentum and a bit of belief, that sort of set them back, didn't it?
Absolutely. And here we're looking at Clann Eireann. They're so clinical. They're so clinical up front and in the defensive setup.
Yeah, they just upped the pace a little bit, as you said, and there's more pace again, and they've got the ball into Henderson again. She's been deadly in the second half, trying again, and they might still get a score out of it. It's just pumped up in the air, and that is dealt with in the end, but they are being so direct in the second half. Lots of pace and a lot of direct play as well from them in the second half, and they're really trying to put this game to bed, and you know, Lurgan are hanging on here, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely. Well, but Niamh Henderson, the running on and off the ball that she's done, the burst of pace, Jerome, it's actually scary. Once she goes at them, there's nobody that can actually stop her there. So Lurgan are finding it really, really difficult to actually manage Niamh by herself. Never mind all the other runners.
You know, if you were harsh as well, you'd say that they've been shooting from bad positions and they had a lucky goal. And apart from that, they've scored the 4 points, you know, and they just haven't really turned up here today. Did you say? I think a key thing you said was the physicality that you've noticed, you know, and they're just, Clann Eireann are just so strong in their play and their directness, their fitness, their physicality all over the field, but also they're just so comfortable at this level. I've said that before, you know, playing at this level. They've been here, done that, and it's such a key thing, really. I mean, this Lurgan team are just very young.
They are, but Greg has Clann Eireann in some shape, I have to say. They're doing so well. There's Kate Toe. She's obviously went into the back line at this point in time, and she's not staying in the midfield anymore.
There's also strength and depth. I mean, you know, if they have to change a player or two, there's no problem at all.
Oh, absolutely.
You mentioned Cassie Anderson coming in, and she's so young, but she is an impressive athlete.
Oh, totally. And she's not scared to take a score as well. Obviously, you know, as a defender, you don't really want to see, but no, she's very confident.
She absolutely is.
I can see, you know, Kit Toe now. She's obviously picking up Emma Tolan, because Emma was obviously running at them in the first half there, Jerome, and they've obviously moved her out of midfield. So they've obviously, Clann Eireann are obviously worried about Emma, because she is a very good player.
Now this could drop in and around the house. They need to deal with it, and of course they do. And I think it was Niamh Coleman. I'm not quite sure.
Yes, it was Niamh. Oh, she's so good under a high ball.
Oh, hold on. Lurgan have got this one back rather easily. If they can do something from this with Tolan. I say Tolan, there's three of them out there. I'm bound to get it right. It's got to be a Tolan or a Dolan around there. They get a free. No, they don't. She goes to ground and has to come back out. Numbers are quite hard to see in that white line down the back of the Lurgan jerseys from the distance, to be honest. But they are pressing here, and they get it over to this side. They have Corcoran over here, and they have Brady over here. There's always Brady's in Cavan too. And then the shot comes in from Dolan. Is it going over? It has gone over in the end, and that was better. Much better.
Much better. And you can tell they're actually just playing the ball about a bit. They still like to go down the middle, though. They really don't like to use their wings too much, obviously, and you can just tell it kind of does eat into Clann Eireann's defence. But that was a really super score by Catherine there.
We saw on our sideline camera there as well, it's raining quite heavily out there, so it's tricky. But as I said at the start, Clann Eireann played in this exact weather and this exact pitch in the final last year against Breda. 6 points each with 6 minutes to go, and then they got that goal and they saw it out, and look where they've gone to from there. And look where they're going to now. They're looking to get another score. That pace right through the middle, as you said, direct play. They're going at them as well, and they're not afraid to shoot from bad angles, but that was really well blocked, and it's gone out for a 45. But the way that they transition up the pitch is so impressive.
Oh, it is. And as you say about you know, Roisin and Dervla, and you've got Niamh Coleman and Kate Toe, they all just they're so comfortable on the ball and obviously driving up, and the pace and the power that they have, it's so hard to stop. But Roisin Mulligan, she just took off there, and I don't think anybody was going to be able to catch up with her, Jerome.
No, absolutely not. And this is Niamh Murray. What a first half she had, although you could say she was allowed to have a really easy first 15 minutes, no pressure on her at all. Are we having a change here? No, we're able to play on, and she gives it in to Niamh Coleman. And they get it again. Niamh Murray there. I think she scored 5 points in the first half. No opportunities in the second half for her so far. It's all been about the other Niamh Henderson, and now it's about Maeve McCambridge. Not noted so much as a scorer, and then the kick comes in, and that's a really good one. And it's Tierna Grimes. She scored in the first half, she scored in the second. Patience there, and able to take the right option at the right time, whereas we saw a kick at the other end, maybe drop short, hit the bar. When they seemed to take a point, there was no doubt it's gone over.
Oh, absolutely. And you could tell with Tierna is such a really hard worker. You can tell she puts through a lot of work going up and down on the pitch, so it's great to see her getting a few scores as well, because I think she got a score in the first half too, as you say.
Now great defending again from Clann Eireann, and that was Erin Milanovic. She's having a super game as well, and they just got there, and those are the sort of balls that really demoralise the opposition as well, when you think you've got it and they come back and steal it from you. And now the pace they get it to Henderson again, and she just slips it back to Niamh Coleman. These players all know each other so well at this point, and now they get it out towards Aoibhinn Donoghue. I mean, you mentioned at the start about minors. Of course, Clann Eireann played Errigal Kieran in a minor final, was it about 2017?
Yes.
And Clann Eireann lost that one, but look where they've come to from them, you know, and they're all real athletes, as you say, playing other sports as well.
No, absolutely, and you know, you can just tell that they've.
Oh, stop. She put that over? No, she hasn't, but what a dummy there from Cassie Henderson. That was class.
That experience has stood to them as well, obviously, Jerome. But you can tell it's starting to rain and the ball's starting to slide a wee bit, isn't it? So that was tough enough conditions for them.
Katie Lynch there coming on, and it's a bit of an awesome ask to come into this situation here. 10 points down, raining, 15 minutes to go in an Ulster senior final.
And they're taking Ciara Tolan off. You know, obviously this big player for them as well.
Yeah, well, they have to make some changes, I guess, but the strength and depth as well, as I say, for Clann Eireann is unbelievable. But you know, it's a learning experience even for the management of Lurgan here, you know, that this is what it takes at this senior level, and Clann Eireann are showing exactly what it takes.
Oh, absolutely. But to your point, you know, they've obviously won an Ulster club a couple of years back in the minor, and this will be a learning for them to build, you know, for next year as well. But hopefully they can pull it back. Jerome, that's a big thing. It's just worrying whenever you see some of their bigger players like Sinead Kelly, because she's put in some shift for them today and for Lurgan, going down there.
I see also there's a +1 in there, and it's Grania Carville, and she had a great first half, and she is sitting in there, and she is one of the more experienced players here as well. So it's not all about youth, it's not all about basketball players. You still need knowledge like that, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. You have to have the mix. That's what we always say. You have to have the mix of experience and youth, and obviously it's how that mix works. But like, you can just tell with Clann Eireann, they definitely have it. And whenever you've got really successful minor teams coming through, they're obviously just topping up their senior group, and you can really tell it's obviously working dividends for them here.
There's also clearly a big jump from minor to senior here. It's a learning process, and then, as I said earlier, there seems to be levels as well. Clann Eireann are climbing that ladder, if you like. They're learning every year from what I can see so far. I mean, this is their 4th win. It's not just this game here. They beat Emmyvale, they hammered them. They beat Kinawley, and they beat Moneyglass, you know, and they're going to win this one as well.
I know, but you know, whenever you look at obviously the Clann Eireann team, they've got what, 6 or 7 Armagh seniors on it, and it clearly shows. But all of that work, effort, you know, strength and conditioning, you can really tell it's really standing to Clann Eireann too.
So 13 minutes to go on the clock in added time, and Clann Eireann pushing again. Good strong running by Tierna Grimes. She's one of the younger players who's really matured now. She's now in her early 20s and playing really well. Actually, no, she's 27, but you know what I mean. She's matured. She's not one of the 18 or 19, and we saw Kilmacud last week as that shot drops into the keeper's arms. Kilmacud last week, the youngest player was 23.
Oh my God.
You know, they weren't 17, 18. They were all mature players. They were all really slim athletes and really fast, and that's what it seems to take when you go to that extra level. On Kilkerran and Clonberne for the last 3 or 4 years have been the exact same pace and fit players, and you know, mature in that they're not 16, 17, which you see in a lot of club teams. You know, they have a great pick as well, when Kilmacud have a huge pick. So you know, it's getting to that level, and you know, Clann Eireann is quite a small area they have to pick from, but like they have still got a lot of great players in there who know each other's game really well, and they seem to have strength and depth.
Oh, absolutely. And as you said, like, they're obviously in competition with a lot of clubs coming up and coming for them as well. But that's a great score by Lurgan. Yeah,
Emer Corker and their captain getting that one. That's what they need. They needed a lot of that a lot earlier, and it's a decent one. But you know what I mean. I mean, the likes of Kilmacud, the 4 senior teams, you know, mad.
But they're, you know, for Lurgan there, Shanna Galligan, she went in there, the ball stuck, and that really made a big difference. It gave them a platform that they could actually obviously, you know, go at Clann Eireann.
And they're going at them again here.
Oh.
This is Catherine Dolan, but it's broken down. And it's Clann Eireann going to come away with it. Someone making the point on Facebook, they're responding to me there, talking about the Moneyglass game and saying that They only beat Moneyglass by a couple of points. Well, I gather that game they actually, Clann Eireann were a long way away and then sort of sat back and were nearly punished for it. But if they had pushed on, and maybe that's part of the learning process I'm talking about, when you get to this level, you've got to push on. You can't just sit back, and they tried to do that. So they definitely were ahead quite well in that game, and they of course beat Moneyglass really well last year.
Yeah, no, like Moneyglass did put it up to them. I know that, obviously it was a tight game at the end. And again, what Moneyglass did, they ran at them. And whenever you run at Clann Eireann with big numbers, it's very, very hard to stop. But
oh, they've got it again. They've pinched it, and Clann Eireann might get through here for another score. They have a player over. That's a brilliant pass to her. Goal, finish. It's all over. Clann Eireann have scored their another goal. A second goal of the game, and Gregory, he's shouting, but he must be happy because they have capitalised there, and once they capitalised, there was no stopping them. Let's look at it again. You saw how it might happen. She played it inside, and it's Emer McConaughey, and to me, Geraldine, she really deserves it. She's had a great game, one of the unsung heroes.
She has, or whatever, and between her and Niamh Murray playing together, they've been brilliant in that forward line. But yeah, that's some goal. And you could even
when you look at areas that they've improved from last year, that's one of them for me.
Absolutely, and you can tell that there was Niamh Henderson there in the overlap too, if needed.
But that was ruthless. That was clinical. And they got in behind, and that's just absolutely broken their hearts, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And you can just see the numbers that Clann Eireann have obviously got back there. There must be at least 12 or 13 players down there. Just the work rate that they're getting through today.
Yeah, you can see it on that wide shot as our cameraman pulls out how many they've got back then. They've just scored a goal. You might think, oh, hold on, but maybe they're playing for their places and going, we've an All-Ireland semi-final coming up here, and that's what you want as well. And you've got to give credit to their management. And is that overcarrying? Yeah. It is a chance for Lurgan here maybe to pinch something if he can move it quickly, but they've spent a lot of energy just trying to contain Clann Eireann and try to get up the field. And look at the numbers there. I mean, there's 12 players now behind the ball. And Niamh Henderson coming in to try and make a challenge as well, and she fouls actually, so it's going to be a free in, and the referee's going to tick for that as well. I have to say, I haven't maybe realised from watching Jared, and you made me realise how important Niamh Henderson actually is to their team.
Oh, absolutely. She's been brilliant.
I know she's a good player, but like I saw today, and that when they needed someone to step up, and her pace and directness, her finishing, her leadership. Oh,
her leadership is brilliant. Even last week as well, the ball gets overturned and she's the one going direct at teams, and she's so hard to stop, because if you try to stop her, you're just going to foul her.
See, that's why I love having people who play the game who can tell me something that I didn't realise, and you can spot the players.
Oh, well,
you know the key areas and the players. That's a good ball, though, out to Donoghue.
And then
it was a great kick out actually.
Yeah.
Or was it a free? I can't remember now, but it was
a kick out.
It was a good ball. Good running, but I suppose at this stage the game's kind of open, isn't it?
So
that's Donoghue again, and she is through. She's had a sin bin, but she won that ball, and now she's got another one. Oh, what a tackle. Brilliant tackle to stop her. And just got a great hand in there, and it's going to be a free out. Let's have a look at that one again, Geraldine coming in. So she gets through here. She's on a run, and I just want to give credit to the defender. It was a fullback.
Cora.
Brilliant work by Cora McDonald.
She was fearless there, and she went at it again, even though she was on the ground. She was brilliant there. She put her body on the line, which is what you want in your fullback.
Fearless. It's a good word. It's a good word to have, and it's good when players are like that. But it comes with youth as well, doesn't it?
Oh, to have it again, Jerome. Oh, to have it again.
Well, youth or fear, or no fear. 21 looking to come on, and that is Evie McCafferty looking to come on now. Message just popped up on Facebook from Marty McGibbon, and he's sent us a couple of orange and white marks there and said, brilliant Clann Eireann, and that kind of sums it up. They have been brilliant. Last year they had to scrap it out, but this year they are going to win this very, very clinically and well. 215 to 17. That's a bit of a hammering when you look at the scoreboard.
Okay, yeah, but it's one of those things that for Lurgan anyway, you want to be taking heart from it, because to get to this occasion, to really go toe to toe obviously with Clann Eireann, a really strong team, but they're such a clinical, experienced team. It's really, really tough. But they've got so many good girls that have obviously stood up across the team, like Sinead and Emer and even Niamh Tolan and Catherine Dolan, So you just hope they obviously use that as a platform for next year, you know, on what they want to do. I know it's not over yet, but it's obviously Clann Eireann have been so clinical here.
Emer McConaughey being replaced.
She was very good for them, very, very strong, as you know.
And that's why she's getting a big round of applause there. And her manager is making a point of going over and giving her a high five as well. And now Lurgan are starting to get the ball easily from their kickouts, but the Lurgan press isn't what it was, but doesn't need to be what it was. This is good play coming out though. Absolutely. Good support play and good pace through the middle, but look at the way Clann Eireann are converging on them and they're chasing her down, but she's still going. That's a brilliant run, to be fair. Yep. And eventually she is toppled, but is going to get a free.
And that was a full back, really strong running from Cora. Obviously, as you said before, she was part of that Cavan minor winning team as well. But whenever she went at it strong, they found it really hard to stop her.
Is this going over? And it is. No, it's going just to the right. You know, it's 1-7 now, and I suppose you could look at the records in years to come and think that wasn't too bad, but really 2 points in the first half and a fortunate goal just told its own story and just wasn't enough for them today. Even if they get a couple of goals here, it doesn't really matter. It's like a different game being played now, isn't it? I mean, you look at the start of the game, was it 10 points to 1, 11 points to 1? It was such a period of domination, and they weren't even going for goals, Clann Eireann. They were just popping over the points with ease, and that, I guess, tells the story of today. It has really been a dominant performance, and maybe a year or two too early for Lurgan, although of course they deserve to get there. And that's good tackling though. There's plenty of heart and commitment there from them, but there's just a lot of things you need to learn at this level, and you only learn it by being there, I guess.
Okay, absolutely, but that was some tackle by Sinead Kelly, obviously coming right across that pitch to, you know, stop obviously rushing Mulligan there, but the quick hands between the forward line and rushing Mulligan for Clann Eireann was super there. They were just obviously unfortunate they didn't get a score.
Do you know what's interesting? I was looking at the subs as well. There's 8 St. Ronan students in the subs for Clann Eireann. That's the next team coming along. You know, the youth there is unbelievable for Clann Eireann. And then one of them, of course, Cassie Henderson, started this game and started the last game. She got a goal the last day and she's been magnificent today. I mean, what a player that she's going to be in the next few years. Aoibhinn Donoghue is still at St. Ronan's. She scored a goal last year against Moneyglass, and you know, she was only 15, I think, or maybe going 16, and she got a goal in the semi-final this year. So they've some smashing young players there, and other players who just know exactly what they're doing, and they have the experience at the back as well. And Gráinne Carville's going to get a mention, and the reason I'm mentioning all this is because we're working up the player of the match. So who do you think, and who would be your contenders, because we're getting to that stage where they'll want to know. We're right at the end here. Who do you think?
Well, like if you look at the Lurgan team, you know, there's Sinead and Emer, and Niamh and Catherine did really, really well. But obviously Clann Eireann have been so clinical, right from, you know, Clodagh in the full back line to Roisin Mulligan and Niamh Coleman. For me, obviously, like, and Niamh Murray played excellently as well. But for me, anyway, I just think Niamh Henderson's been excellent today. I've nearly tipped it to her, but again, you could have picked any of those Clann Eireann girls because they have been amazing today.
Yeah, Niamh Murray in the first 20 minutes with those 5 points was terrific. And then Emer McConaughey, to me, has been very good all through the game. But you have unsung heroes out there, like Maeve McCambridge always puts in a shift. Erin Mullanaphy was very good too, but yeah, it's hard. They've a sort of a structure around the middle there, that crux around the middle, and they're all so good. And here's Niamh again. She wants to cement her award maybe, and that's, oh, I thought that was going to nestle in the corner, and it didn't. So close. Who was that actually? Was it number 20? Did I see 20 there in her back? I'm trying to see, or was it 22? Oh, it was Cassie Henderson. Cassie Henderson. Yeah, watch it on the screen here again. It was Cassie. Well, that might have put her in the running for a player of the match, but I know what you mean. But those players around the middle, Niamh Coleman, Dervla Coleman, I mean, they're unbelievable players. Kate Toe, Tierna Grimes, to me is really.
Oh, she put in
she's been great as well. But yeah, I mean, Niamh Henderson, she was player of the match in the Ulster final as well, and you know, at that not crucial but important time at the start of the second half to score the goal and that point, the way she got it, and as you say, a lot of the work she does, you know, I can't disagree with that.
No, she's been brilliant.
couple of subs there. Who's that coming on and off now? Oh,
Number
Grania
17.
Carville going off and gets a high five, of course, and
And
gets a big round of applause.
Number 4.
And is that Neve Cassie Henderson?
Cassie
It
Henderson
is.
going off
There we
as
see it in
well.
our sideline camera. Down there, they've been
And
given.
they put in some shift today.
They
They've
really
been
have.
brilliant.
Really have. I didn't catch who come on. I'll give them a mention if I can, but we'll see the numbers coming up. But I just want to make sure we get the.
Number 23, it's Anna Lavery.
I'm just passing on the.
And then number 21, maybe she's, oh no, she was already on.
So last couple of minutes then.
Oh.
They've won another free. But
To be fair, Neve tried to do she did right there. She just put her arm in, but obviously got a foul against her. But she did all she could do, obviously, to try and stop her fairly.
it's going to be brought in a little bit as well, but matters not. 2:15. That's a big score. Now last year, 0-6 against Breda with 6 minutes to go. I think they only scored 1-7. Bad conditions, but still, that's a big score today.
A big score.
But I just feel they were allowed to score. They were allowed to get a big lead early on, you know.
No, and it took a while to obviously then for Lurgan to obviously get a grip of the game as well. But
Another sub coming on for Clann Eireann. I think they put
Number
2 on a minute ago, and this one is Dervla Coleman coming off.
Number
19, yeah.
It is
Delaney.
Delaney. Replaces number 7.
17,
Dervla Coleman.
Ashley Favell, yeah. They just run on the bench. Might get a wee goal here, will they? Will all this change? Oh, that's all the way through, and keeper comes out, and it is a goal. It is a goal, and it reminded me of the one that Clann Eireann got at that end last year, and I wasn't sure whether they meant the ball through or not, but they threaded that through.
And Tolan, she's
the
very
keeper
strong
is hurt.
there.
Was it? It was a Tolan, yeah, it was. Yeah, and
She's
well,
super
that breaks the record for Clann Eireann, because in their 4 Ulster games, they conceded 1 goal, 1 goal, 1 goal, 1 goal, and now it's gone to 2.
Yeah. Calvin took a big knock there, obviously, the goalie, whenever obviously Emma came through, but Emma again, obviously, great feet on her and took her goal really, really well.
But as I say, it matters not at this stage, really. It's just going to change maybe the look on the scoreboard, but we know that the game really was won in the first half.
Thank you.
And looking forward now to the All-Ireland semi-finals, as we can do. Home game against Kilkerran and Clonberne, you know, the champions for the last few years. They have set the standard. That's going to be a huge test, and really I don't know that Clann Eireann are going to have learned an awful lot from today, but they have had lots of great game time, and maybe being in the prelim and going to Emmyville and winning with 6 goals set them on the way and give them confidence the extra game, and maybe, but we just don't know if they're at that level yet.
Well, the one thing I would say with Clann Eireann today, their defensive setup, working at like really strong runners come through, because you have to say, give it to Lurgan, they have brilliant ball carriers. They kept going through, and Clann Eireann were able to obviously stop those runners and overturn them. So that's obviously Kilkerran, Clonburne's major strength. So hopefully they have taken that from the game as well.
I remember a couple of years ago seeing the Kilkerran girls going down to Ballymacarbery, and it was played on a terrible day in Dungarvan, and they tore them apart. It was just the pace and the speed, no matter the conditions, the support play. It was just fabulous. Oh, I'm talking of fabulous. What a score that is right at the end of the game. And it was really moved down the pitch really well and beautifully finished again by Niamh Murray. I think, Geraldine, she's trying to say to you, don't think I just played the first 20 minutes. Remember me. Keep me in mind for that Player of the Match award too. And it's a great score.
You know, Anna Lavery did really well there, obviously, just even to get it in turn. But some ball in, obviously, to Niamh too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was the ball in, and the way they took it, and considering the conditions as well, last minute of the game. So they have that quality as well. Never mind the structures and everything. They have real quality, and when you have a finisher like that too, you've always got a chance.
Well, like you're saying about the subs coming on, how strong have they been for Clann Eireann as well? So it's really impressive.
It really is. They are still firing. 3 minutes into added time at the end of the game, and they've now scored 2-16. I'm looking at the scoreboard, and it's actually only an 8-point lead they have now, and I'm thinking that doesn't look right. And that's what I'm saying, at the end of the game, in a game like this here, it can distort it a little bit, but you know, game was over a long time ago, so these are only statistics we're doing now, and she's booted that one high, and
Well, that pickup alone was brilliant by Niamh.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, they're just enjoying themselves. They're good footballers, you know, really good footballers. And they're enjoying this, and they're going to win back-to-back titles, you know, that obviously helps, you know. But it's magnificent for them and magnificent for their club.
Well, history makers, back-to-back Ulster Club, Senior Ulster Club Championship winners. You can't get better than that, Jerome, so...
Yeah, and they have a wee game next week against some team as well, in the men.
Oh yeah, well, let's not talk about that.
No,
you know,
okay.
Let's not talk about. I'm a Cargan woman now. Come on.
Okay. Is that the way it's around the kitchen table as well?
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah, it has to be.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's how you survive. All right, I get it. All right, okay. All right, I've got the message. It's all right. I know how he feels now. Yeah, don't go there. Don't go there.
He's not getting dinner this week. So that's it.
What? Because he wins? Come on, it's not his fault. Well, maybe it is.
Well,
there is a number 19. That's Alaya Delaney.
Yeah, Alaya Delaney.
Great to see them getting a run as well. So all these St. Ronan's kids getting a run, and we're still going. It's 4.5 minutes now into added time at the end, and we're just playing down the clock. And Lurgan looked a bit tired there, don't they? Understandably.
Well, the Clann Eireann are spreading the play and obviously trying to stretch Lurgan out, you know, so to bring them out.
Yeah, even at this stage. And if that goes
score.
over, it's a super score, and it is a super score. And it's Tierna Grimes again. I mean, another fantastic performance today.
They've been brilliant, yeah.
Really, really good to be still doing that. But these are girls, obviously, when you're going well, they're going, we want to play in the All-Ireland semi-final. We want to keep putting our hand up.
We want to get on the ball. So, no.
And maybe even an All-Ireland final. Imagine if they take Kilkerran at home. I mean, Kilkerran haven't been beaten a long time, but that's a big opportunity. And that Clann Eireann home ground is going to be rocking that day. Lurgan's still going though, and that fullback Cora McDonald, I mean, she really is a player for the future, isn't she?
She really
Blocking
is.
at the back and driving forward. She is a real powerhouse, and as I say, she's only 17, so there's more in that.
She's excellent.
She lays it off nicely as well, and there's a chance here for Catherine Dolan. Can they get another goal at the end? They're still defending desperately, and the shot comes in, but it's blocked out, and the desire still there to stop it. Referee looking at his watch. I think that will just be about it. We will be staying on for the presentation. And there's Gregory. He's still shouting and he's still directing. He's saying, we're not there yet. I think you're all right, Gregory. You're 9 points up with about 5 seconds to go. You're all right. But yeah, he has a desire as well. Yeah, I didn't think there'd be that much. Did you? I don't know.
No,
maybe the substitutions, I'm not sure. But
maybe it was that there was a...
I don't remember any big injuries, you know. But anyway, this is
Anna
Aileen
Lavery
Donahue.
going at it again.
Donahue's been good in the second half when she came back into the play. And Anna Lavery, as you say, has been good too. I'm watching the referee, not the ball at the minute, but he's still going. We're still going. 6.5 minutes. Lurgan get their hands on the ball with Catherine Dolan, but she's 3-4. And look at the pressure on her there, and then the hands go up in the air. They were still hunting in packs right at the end of the game. That's one of the secrets of their success, and it's been a great 2 years for them. Gregory McGonigal came in as a manager, and look how he is enjoying the celebrations on her sideline roving camera there, almost in the dugout, capturing the magic moments. And that is what it's about. 2 years in a row, back-to-back champions. Clann Eireann have done it, and they've won both finals here in Omagh, and both years it's been raining. The difference is this time they've won it in style. They won it from start to finish with a very impressive performance that augurs well for the All-Ireland Championship. They have a nice mix of youth and experience, and they do seem to be getting better and better. What do you think?
You know, I absolutely agree. It's scary. Whenever you consider they won it last year, and then this year, yes, you know, they obviously they beat Emmy Vale well, and then they obviously met Moneyglass 2 weeks ago, but that was a really convincing, comprehensive win there, an Ulster Club Ulster Club final, and it's just, for me, it's scary because we all know what potential and girls that are coming up through their minor teams and how strong that's going to obviously make Clann Eireann. So, but that was a brilliant team performance by Clann Eireann. They're a super team, and you just really hope they go on and do something at the All-Ireland level.
I have to ask the hard question though, and I have to ask about the opposition, and there's Jay in the shots in the middle there. Maybe maybe the final was money glass in the semi-final, because Lurgan ladies here today, they looked to me like it was a year or two too soon. You know, they've had the minor successes, but it's a huge jump to come up, and they didn't lay a hand on Clann Eireann in the first 10-15 minutes, and you can't do that in an Ulster final. Maybe they'll come back and maybe they'll learn from this, but to me they made it very easy for Clann Eireann.
Okay, well, you know, it was one of those things, I think, with Lurgan. They had a game plan. And their game plan very much was obviously running down the middle, and it didn't seem like it changed up too much. And I think, you know, they kind of ate into, or rather they fed into obviously Clann Eireann's plan, and Clann Eireann were able to overturn them to get the ball up and obviously counter-attack really well, with obviously Niamh Henderson pushing them on up. So you would just hope with Lurgan they learn from that for next year, and obviously use this experience, as we were talking about obviously during the game, and then feel like, okay, well, we've learned, let's move on to the next level and push on, because they should really take a lot of heart by beating Termon and obviously Ballymacquagan in their first round, and even getting to an Ulster club final. It's an amazing achievement for them. But yeah, it's Clann Eireann are just been super impressive today. You just can't, you know, from start to finish, from 1 to whatever 25 that came on today. They're just super strong.
They really, really are, and a super strong club as well. They're going so well at all levels. They are definitely going to be the club of the year when those sort of awards are given out, and you have links between them as well. The McCambridges, Barry McCambridge, of course, as well. It's been a great year for Armagh. It's been a great year for Clann Eireann, and back-to-back now in the Ulster senior ladies, where we're so used to Donamoyne. I mean, they won 14. You know, I mean, we're talking about a period of domination here. They've done 2. Donamoyne did 14. It was just ridiculous. But this feels like a new era, doesn't it? There's a new kind of football being played here by these girls. I mean, Termon won 1 in 2014, St McCartn's 2017. You know, but it was mainly Donamoyne for an awful long time. But you know, Donamoyne in 2001, I think it was the intermediate they won, and then went on to senior and won 14 seniors.
They beat Monaglass in the junior, actually. Once they started off in the junior, won the Junior All Ireland, and went up through. So that, and then they went up through the intermediate too. So they just were amazing at what they did, in respect of it. And then obviously dominated at senior for so long.
But this team here, led by Niamh Henderson, they look like they've got a few years ahead of them.
They really do, and it's the youth coming through, as well as obviously the experienced players as well. So yeah, it's as I said, the word for me would be scary. How strong they are.
Yeah, but then last year, you know, they went to the All-Ireland semi-finals at home to Ballymac, and everybody thought, you know, they're going to beat this team. And Ballymac, there's a player of the match that we gave out earlier, Niamh Henderson, and we thought, you know, Ballymac could beat this year by Comera Rangers, and you thought, but so when you look, that was maybe an opportunity, but they were really well beaten that day. So it's how much they've learned from that. And I keep talking about learning, because at this level it's all about that. We've seen Lurgan today, but Clann Eireann to me have learned an awful lot from last year.
Oh, absolutely. But we don't know, obviously last year when in their first ever senior Ulster club, they may have partied and really enjoyed it, and we all know there's only a very short time period between this game and obviously the next round, so we don't know. There could have been obviously extenuating circumstances, but I'll be honest with you,
maybe even, you know, I remember thinking, hold on, everyone was almost expecting them to win now against Ballymacarbery, and they're at home. It was all built up this big day for the club, and then it just fell flat, and things started to go wrong in a game in the first 5-10 minutes, and all of a sudden, like that's what happened against Monaglass down in Clann Eireann, and they conceded a penalty after 2 minutes, and everything seemed to unravel from there. So that can happen, but again, that's experience.
Yes, it is experience, and then experience at the All-Ireland level. So they'll learn from that for this year, and they'll realise, okay, whenever we've got obviously like Kilcairn at home, you know, let's push on. Let's use this as our stepping stone on the All Ireland series, and you know, for them as well, like the experience.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to thank the Ulster Council and the referee and the officials for putting on such a great show today. It's an honour to be able to play in Healy Park tonight, so we're very grateful to be able to play on this brilliant pitch. So thank you. I'd like to thank Lurgan for a really tough game today. You did amazing to get an Ulster final for the first time, and you've really put it up to us. I'm sure you'll be back stronger next year. So 3 cheers for Lurgan. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Okay. I'd also like like to thank our club and our supporters for being so supportive the whole year, coming to all our games. We really, really appreciate it. Our club is in a great position at the minute, and it's down to all the hard work of so many people. Also, brilliant to see so many young players here today, and we just hope our senior team can inspire the younger players coming through to do what we've done. So we're really thankful for all the support the full year. So thank you, Clann Eireann. I'd like to thank our management team, and I want to start off by thanking Anya, Mia, Mags, and Laura Brown. You've been the foundations of our senior team for as long as I can remember, and you've no idea the impact that you have on all of us by sticking around this year and helping us get through it. We appreciate you so much, and so thank you. I'd like to thank our manager, Greg. He's helped us achieve things the past 2 years that we could never have imagined. He's brought us on not just as a team but as individuals. He believes in every single one of us. And we wouldn't be here today without him, and I'm sure all the girls will agree with me. And you know, he's put an ethos in our team. It's full of belief and drive and determination that will filter through for years to come. So thank you so much, Greg. And finally, to the Clann Eireann girls, you motivate me every day to be the best that I can, and throughout the whole year, every training session, we're just pushing each other on to be the best players that we can be. Good teams win it once, but great teams win it twice. So I'd like to just thank all the girls, and we're Ulster champions back to back. Woo!
Great line, Geraldine. I mean, I've heard it before, but it is a perfect line, and that was obviously their mantra here, you know, and they are a great team. There's no doubt about that. And what I also found interesting there was the celebrations, very different from last year. Obviously, the euphoria last year, much more controlled this time. Lovely speech, said all the right things, but, you know, it's controlled now. We've been there, and obviously now then they can think and look a little bit further than this.
Well, that will be their mindset going into the All-Ireland series as well. It's like we know what we want, we know what we're expecting, and we know what we need to do in order to win it. So you really do hope that they do it at that level as well. It will be a big test for them, but they're more than fit for it.
Absolutely. A few comments coming in that I'll read out before we close. Paula McConville, what a fantastic team performance. Great team, says Judith Keenan. Dermot Scullion, well done, Clann Eireann. What a team. Cassie Henderson and Niamh Murray, superb as always, from Dermot Scullion as well. Joan Milanofi, well done, Greg and the management team. Angela Dolan, what a team, and Club Clann Eireann is fantastic, ladies and management. Congrats to all. Aisling Breen as well. Anne McPhillips, hard luck to Lurgan, Cavan, but great achievement to get this far. Hold your head up high. Grania Adams, brilliant win, well done all. Kelly Fay Cuddy, yes girl, she just say, that sums it up as well. So those are the closing comments, and they kind of sum it up as well. It was Clann Eireann's day again, champions again. Geraldine, what can you say? You know, you said scary. I mean, there's more in this team. Oh, there is more in this team. But you know what? I'm not just saying this because obviously I'm looking at Lurgan, I'm looking at Clann Eireann, but I've watched a number of the senior Ulster Club matches this year. The level and standard of ladies football in the province is amazing, and it's only gonna get better. Jerome, so it's it makes us really. Have you sort of noticed that more this year? Oh, totally. Do you know, I always thought with Donaghmoyne dominating and winning 14 in a row that sort of kill the competition a wee bit? Has it opened up a wee bit the last couple of years, maybe? I think it has. Everyone thinks they can win it. Yeah, whenever you look at it, every county is driving. Like whenever you look at Antrim, you're looking at obviously, you know, Armagh, you're looking at Down, you're looking at Tyrone. There's so much, and Donegal, you've got so much many more, and Monaghan, you've got so much many more counties actually driving to push up to win this. Whereas before it was maybe just, you know, Donaghmoyne going for it. And then you can tell every club is putting the effort and strength and conditioning, you know, the pre-season work, you know, obviously lengthening out that season, making sure they've got bigger panels. Like
the development that's going on in the ladies club side is astounding, and I know it does take goes down to all the volunteers and coaches and everything, but you can really see it's really got benefits obviously for the senior team. So yeah, like for me anyway, I've noticed a real change in the last 5 years in the ladies game,
and Lurgan are a good example of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though they got beat today.
Even they got beat today, but you know they'll be back. They'll be back. And
but it's nice to see new forces arriving there at that level, and Clann Eireann arrived the last couple of years. Lurgan are there now, and there's a few others. I mean, Carrickduff are up and coming.
Oh, totally.
And down, you know, I mean, Breda might hold on for another year or two, but Carrickduff are coming for them. There's no doubt about that. And you look across Tyrone, I mean, there's any number
okay, there
could
is,
come through
obviously.
as well. Donegal's got competitive as well, and Monaghan, you've Emmy Vale have knocked Donamoyne off their perch as well, so there's competition there and everyone will want. But that's it, finished for this year. The Ulster champions for 2024, the AIB senior Ulster champions are Clann Eireann. They're in there somewhere in amongst the crowd there. It's going to be a great celebration for their club when they have their dinner celebrations in February. There might be more silverware in men's and women's to come before them, but they've certainly won this one today, so they have the cup again to bring to that event. So that's it from our live stream coverage. 2 live stream games for you today, and there's a nice shot to finish with, and our cameraman, you wouldn't know he was from Clann Eireann, would you? He's working extra hard in overtime in there to get these shots, but they're lovely shots.
Oh, they're lovely,
absolutely
shots,
gorgeous shots there.
And that's what it all means. It means that, you know, the club and obviously the players
nice
as
way
well.
she mentioned the young people.
Oh,
as
it's
well.
absolutely brilliant. Obviously, but in Clann Eireann and underage, it's brilliant too. They're under 12s, 14s up are just very it's very strong. So yeah, you can just tell that you know they're building from the bottom too, Jerome.
And that's the way to do it. Fair play to them and to their chairperson there as well, Roisin Bell, and all of our hard-working committees. But it's Clann Eireann who have won this, and we every time I go to leave it, he puts up another beautiful shot, and I think I have to keep talking because that's another lovely shot there as well. And that's the sisters.
McAlindons,
yeah, all in there as well. And there's the different generations. What a lovely shot there as well. And she said, we got the cup back. We got our cup back. We got it again. We're definitely going to leave it there. But we will have some more lovely shots we'll put up on social media. But for now, from Geraldine and myself and all the team, it's goodbye.